She talked about her new flame like I didn't exist. What I did next changed everything. A slow burn. My name is Zion. I've never been the kind of guy who dives into relationships recklessly. I analyze things probably too much. I overthink, hesitate before texting, and measure silence in conversations like it's code I need to debug. So when I met Farah, it didn't feel like a thunderbolt or love at first sight. Felt like curiosity. We met at a friend's board game night. She wasn't loud, but she carried herself like she owned her space. Confident, witty, charming without trying. We were on opposite teams that night, and I remember her teasing me after I lost a round of codenames. The way she looked at me, half smile, half dare, lingered in my head longer than I cared to admit. A few days later, I asked for her number. We started hanging out. Casual coffee dates, long walks in the park, movie nights at each other's places. It was light, easy, but meaningful. We talked about everything. Our childhoods, our fears, our goals. I shared things I hadn't told anyone. About my father's death when I was young, my tendency to self-isolate, the way I sometimes felt invisible. Farah listened. She was present. So naturally I started to feel something real. But we never put a label on it. Every time I tried to gently steer the conversation toward exclusivity or, "What are we?" she'd say, "Let's not rush things," or, "I'm really enjoying what we have." She wasn't rejecting me, just keeping things open. And I, stupidly, convinced myself that was okay. That love didn't need labels if the feelings were genuine. The coffee shop confrontation. It was a cloudy Thursday afternoon when it happened. We had made loose plans to meet at our usual spot. Café Amélie, a little artsy coffee shop tucked away between a bookstore and a record store. The kind of place with exposed brick walls, jazz music playing low, and staff that knew our orders. I got there early, as always. Ordered her favorite. Iced caramel latte with almond milk, light on the syrup. I even brought my laptop to look productive while waiting. She walked in about 10 minutes late, wearing a denim jacket and that same effortless air that made her so magnetic. She dropped her bag on the chair and grinned. "Zion. Sorry I'm late." "No worries," I smiled. "Got your drink?" She looked genuinely touched. "You always remember." Then, without warning, she leaned in with a spark in her eyes and said, "You will not believe the date I went on last night." Paused, unsure if I misheard. "What?" She laughed. "Yeah, I matched with this guy on Bumble last week. He asked me out and, oh my god, he took me to this rooftop bar in Goulburg. Incredible view. He's in marketing, plays the guitar, super funny." He kept going. Details. Descriptions. How he ordered for her. How they shared dessert. How his cologne lingered when he leaned in. Even how he walked her to her car and kissed her hand. Not her cheek, not her lips, her hand. And all the while, she sipped the drink I had bought her. I sat in stunned silence. My brain struggled to process what was happening. "Why are you telling me this?" finally asked. She tilted her head. "I thought we were being open with each other. No pressure, no expectations, right?" The word slapped me in the face. No pressure, no expectations. I felt my heart sink. Not because she'd gone on a date, but because she was so emotionally detached from me, from what we had shared. She didn't even consider how it might hurt me. She didn't see me as someone she was risking losing. Just an option. A shift. In that moment, something inside me snapped. Quietly. Not like an explosion. More like a curtain slowly falling. I suddenly saw the situation for what it was. Not through the lens of hope or attraction, but with brutal clarity. I had been giving her exclusivity, loyalty, emotional presence. All without asking for anything in return, out of fear I might push her away. But the truth was, she was never fully with me to begin with. I looked at her and realized. She wasn't cruel. She wasn't evil. She was just careless with hearts that weren't her own. And I had let her be careless with mine. So I took a deep breath and said calmly, "You're right, Farah. We never made things official. That's on me." Her smile faltered. "But thank you," I continued, "for being this honest. Now I know where I stand. And more importantly, where I don't. She blinked. Wait, what does that mean? It means I won't be a placeholder. I won't sit here and pretend I'm okay with being someone you casually loop back to between other dates. I stood up, took my bag and added, "Enjoy your latte." Then I walked out. The fallout. That night she texted me, "Hey, are we okay?" I didn't reply. The next day she sent another. "Didn't mean to upset you. I thought we had an understanding." I left it on read. Then a week later, "I miss talking to you. Can we meet?" I ignored that too. Because I wasn't angry. I was just done. Sometimes silence isn't about playing hard to get. Sometimes it's about choosing peace over chaos. Her return, and my answer. 3 weeks passed. One evening she showed up outside my office building. I was heading out and there she was. Hair tied back, no makeup, nervous energy radiating off her. "Zion," she said quietly. "Can we talk?" We went to a nearby bench. "I've been thinking a lot," she said. "Maybe I took you for granted. I didn't mean to hurt you. I guess I thought since we never labeled anything it was fine." He nodded. "I understand." She looked relieved until I said, "But that doesn't make it okay." "I know," she whispered. I'd like to try again. Properly. With commitment. No more confusion." I studied her face. And for the first time I didn't feel the pull I used to. The weight of her smile. The need for her approval. I just felt clear. "Farah," I said softly. "I'm glad you came. But I don't think I'm the person you want. And I don't think you're the person I need." She didn't cry. She just nodded, tears brimming but not falling. And I walked away, for good this time. The aftermath. Today I'm dating someone new. Her name is Zara. Our relationship started with clarity. We talked about expectations up front. We respect each other's time, space, and effort. There are no mixed signals. No games. And sometimes when I pass that coffee shop, I remember the guy I used to be. The one who waited patiently, silently, hoping someone would choose him. That guy's gone. Because that day, when Farah shared details of her date like it was nothing, she didn't just reveal how little she valued me. She gave me permission to finally value myself. And that changed everything.